You are doing it right now. You have been doing it every single moment of your life, and you have almost certainly been doing it wrong. Breathing, the one thing your body was supposed to handle automatically, the one thing no one ever taught you. And it turns out, for most of the modern world, that was a catastrophic mistake. Take a breath, a normal one, the kind you take 1,000 times a day without thinking. Notice where your chest moves. Notice whether your shoulders rise. Notice how fast it comes and goes. What feels like a perfectly natural act is, for most people alive today, a pattern that evolved over decades into something ancient humans would barely recognize. And the consequences reach further than you would ever guess. Here is what no one tells you. Your body has two breathing systems running in parallel, and they are at war with each other almost every waking hour of your modern life. The first system is the one you know. Lungs expand, air comes in, lungs compress, air goes out. Simple, mechanical, something you share with every mammal on Earth. The second system is older, stranger, and far more powerful. It is a direct line between the rhythm of your breath and the state of your nervous system, between how fast you exhale and whether your heart rate rises or falls, between the depth of each inhale and whether your brain reads the world as safe or dangerous. Breathing is not just gas exchange. It is a control dial for your entire physiology, and most people have never once touched it. The science on this is not new, but it took decades to reach the mainstream. In the 1970s, a Harvard cardiologist named Herbert Benson documented something he called the relaxation response. He found that slow, deliberate breathing could trigger a measurable shift in the autonomic nervous system, reducing cortisol, dropping blood pressure, slowing the heart rate. The body was not just breathing. It was listening to itself breathe, and it was adjusting everything accordingly. But Benson's work raised a harder question. If controlled breathing could produce this effect on demand, what was uncontrolled breathing doing to people without their knowledge? The answer took another generation of researchers to fully map, and it is not comfortable reading. Your autonomic nervous system runs on two competing channels. The sympathetic channel accelerates, heart rate up, blood sugar up, muscles primed, digestion paused, everything shunted toward immediate action. This is the system your ancestors needed to outrun predators, survive ambushes, fight for their lives in moments of genuine physical danger. The parasympathetic channel does the opposite. Heart rate drops, digestion resumes, blood pressure falls. The body shifts into recovery, repair, and rest. Here's the part your biology never anticipated. The sympathetic system can be activated without any physical threat at all. It can be triggered by a thought, by a notification, by an open inbox, by the ambient low-grade noise of modern existence. And once it is activated, it stays activated unless something actively turns it off. That something, it turns out, is your exhale. In 2018, physiologist Jack Feldman at UCLA helped map the neurons in the brainstem responsible for regulating breath. What his lab found was that certain patterns of breathing fed directly back into the state of the nervous system in real time. The exhale specifically stimulates the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the primary cable of the parasympathetic system. Every long, slow exhale sends a signal down that cable, a signal that says, at the most ancient biological level, the threat has passed. You survived. Stand down. Your ancestors breathed this way constantly, not because they were mindful of it, but because their lives required it. Movement through forests and plains at a walking pace. Labor that was rhythmic, physical, grounding. Nights without artificial light that forced the nervous system into genuine rest. Conversation that happened face to face, unhurried, in real time. Their default breathing was slow, nasal, and diaphragmatic. Not because they chose it, because nothing in their environment demanded anything else. Your environment demands something else entirely. Think about how you breathe when you are reading emails. How you breathe when you are stuck in traffic. How you breathe in the 30 seconds before a meeting starts. For most people in those moments, breathing becomes shallow, fast, chest-led, incomplete, not enough to trigger full oxygen exchange, not long or slow enough to stimulate the vagus nerve, just enough to keep the engine running while the body stays coiled, waiting for a danger that never fully arrives and never fully leaves. There is a name for this. Researcher Linda Hatch coined the phrase email apnea in 2008 after noticing that a significant portion of people literally hold their breath or breathe in shallow bursts while processing digital information.